Hey, what's up, everybody? Garrett Brumley here with Duty to Train. Okay, so I'm going to start doing a positive video and like a political video every single day. And the reason I'm going to do it is because, one, the political videos are pretty negative. If you like delve into the world of politics nowadays, it's like, I mean, the video I was just talking about, Israel, Palestine, like, war, like people get dying. It's like awful. So, what I want to do, and I don't just want to do this to like go on the other side, but like, if you don't want to listen to all that like political nonsense or whatever, I have like a totally different part of my life that I'm living right now, and that is trying to better myself. And I'm no pro at this, right? But I think, frankly, a lot of people are not pros at this. The vast majority of people are not pros at this. So what I want to do is just tell you what I'm doing every single day to better myself. I'm just going to start documenting what I learn day to day about bettering yourself, making your life a little bit better. And if you'd like to follow this journey and learn in quick little snippets how you can make your life a little bit better every single day, that would be awesome. So one thing that I've been doing recently is listening to audiobooks because I do not like reading. But I was listening to this audiobook, How to Read a Book. And that sounds dumb, right? But there is a best way to read a book, right? And it's not, you don't just open it up and read it. It talks about there's like different ways to read a book. You can either like, first thing you should probably do is read the table of contents. That way you get like a general synopsis. Then you can skim a book, and then that way you get like the best quick ideas. So like 30 minutes to an hour of just like skimming a book. And then that will give you the knowledge that you need to say, okay, do I want to invest time into this book, or do I just want like the quick snippets and get like general points? It astounds me that like the educational process doesn't teach you how to read a book. Like, I'm only, I don't know, it's like a 15-hour audiobook, and I'm like an hour and a half into it. And the fact that like I never learned this in high school and I went to a private school, like, what? You know? Because one of the things that they point out is, you know, a lot of people, like high school students who read Shakespeare, right? He said another tip he gave is don't get caught up. Like, a lot of people, and I do this, right? This is probably a very amateur mistake when it comes to reading books. If you read a book and you're really trying to like learn something from the book, it's going to be over your head. If it's not over your head, you're not learning anything, right? Usually people pick up a book initially because they're like, oh, that seems interesting, I want to learn about that. And if you want to learn about something, you probably know, maybe you might know a little bit about it or a decent amount, but a book is really going to delve into, kind of the nuances of that certain topic. But a lot of people will get to a point, and I do this. I'll get to a point and really get stuck on like something. I'm like, what does that really mean? And he said, just skip that. Just keep on going. Because he's like, eventually you'll get to something that you do understand. And it's better to walk away from a book knowing 50% of everything in the book than to stop and get wrapped up in this one thing that you don't know, trying to wrap your head around it. And so what you can do is read through the book. And if you don't learn, or if you don't understand something, that's totally fine. Just keep on reading and then read all the way through the book. And then if you do really want to understand those more nuanced topics, what you can do is then reread the book eventually, and you're going to have a better understanding of what those different points that you didn't understand, like really where they kind of fall in the premise of the book, because now you have a fuller understanding of what the author's talking about. Another thing, he talks about is like the importance of reading at different speed levels. You know, you can skim a book and read quickly, and you don't get the majority of the content, but you get a lot of it and you get it quickly. And then if you really want to delve into something, you have to slow it down. You don't just read at the same speed all the time. And so there's lots of like different ways to like read a book. And I never really thought about that because I don't know, I just sit down and read a book. But there's a best way to read a book. I never thought about that. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I never thought about the best way to read a book. And I did that exact thing that he was talking about. Like, I get hung up on one thing, and rather than like really just kind of speeding through and like reading it and trying to get the majority of the information, because the thing is like 6 months later, you're not going to remember all the tiny little things anyway. So why get caught up on something, right? And to my point, kind of skipped ahead there, but high school kids, when they read Shakespeare, they get caught up on like this one phrase or this one word, and then they have, the teacher says, oh, go look that up in the dictionary. I want you to like read the first chapter and then like look up all the words you don't know in the dictionary. And it's like, that's a terrible way to read. No wonder kids come out of high school like not knowing, like hating how to read. It's like, that's the worst way to read a Shakespeare play. But he said, what if the first assignment was to skim the whole thing and get a basic understanding of the story, And then that way, when you come into class the next day, you have a basic understanding of what it's about. And then you can all start reading it. And then you actually, like, you don't have to know like all the small nuances of this story. It's like, it's better to teach people to enjoy reading and to be good at reading rather than to force them to like know every single word of every single thing they're talking about from someone who wrote books back in, I don't know, when was it? Like, I don't even know. When did Shakespeare write his books? I have no clue. Renaissance, I think. I don't know. 1600s, 1500s, 1700s. I have no idea. I don't know. I'll look that up. But this is something that, frankly, like, the pressure that would like come off of you, right? When you sit down to read a book and you're like, oh, I don't have to understand everything. I don't. For me, I do get wrapped up. I have so many books that I stop reading because I'll get wrapped up on one topic, and rather than just like moving on, I get wrapped up and then I get frustrated and then I don't ever like finish reading the book. And that's like one of my main problems. So that's why I like reading audiobooks, because like some things I won't understand, but it's kind of like an audiobook forces you to read the whole thing. And so I'll just put like an audiobook on 1.7 times speed or whatever, and then just speed through it as I'm like cleaning the house. And then I just like get these ideas flowing in my head. And rather than like listening to politics all the time, like I'll just like get like, good, interesting intellectual ideas flowing through my head rather than sitting down and really like forcing myself um, to like understand every point, because that's not really the point of like books for the most part. He did say though that there's certain books, and frankly documents like the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights. He's like, that is something that you want to read at basically like 20 words a minute. There are certain documents and books where it's really important to like sit down and really have an intellectual like process about like analyzing what you're reading. And you're not supposed to read the Constitution at like 100 words a minute. But if it's the first time you're ever reading it, by all means, speed read it, get the gist of it, and then go back and then really chew it over. So yeah, if you've never read books, I'm gonna like try that and give it a go, because frankly, pretty cool, pretty darn cool. So I don't know, if you've never read a book that way, skim the table of contents, then speed read it, like just kind of skim it over and read basically the entire book in like an hour, right? So like chapter, read like the beginning, read the end. Like, I don't know, like I'm not a pro yet, but then and then if you're really interested in kind of like delving into it, then just like read it through, like not quickly, but just read it. And if you don't understand something, don't get caught up on that. Just keep on going. And let me know what you think, because I think that sounds like a way better way to read a book than getting all caught up on something you don't understand. So until next time, stay safe, live free, and make your life better. Because frankly, why not? You only got one. So catch you later. See ya.